Hello, Ty. I enjoyed our conversation of last Friday. Hope you got a clearer direction. I know it's difficult. I didn't realize that you're essentially developing two different branding suites. So I would say just focus on the Bride Navy and let that let you work on that and refine that. This will be some feedback. It's probably redundant with what I said last week, but this will be feedback on your card, your letterhead, and your leave behind ideas. I had made some comments on this. I think in general it's great. I like the sawtooth pattern, and you've prepared it for print with crop marks, and you've got the correct amount of bleed, it looks like, on the edge. Now, typographically, now I realize that you may turn your focus to the Bride Navy, but typographically, I'm going to just make some comments here. I think your logo, this is called a lockup, where you have the logo with some letter forms or type. And that could be smaller. I think all of this could be smaller. And, I would center everything rather than have this centered and then this kind of quasi-flush left. Type could be smaller. Did I say that? Okay. And then on your letterhead, really nice. Just be careful about bleeding. Typically, letterhead is printed on pre-trimmed 8.5 by 11 sheets. So if you print, most printers don't print edge to edge. You're going to wind up with a white streak or a thin white border, which is optically kind of tense. So be careful about bleeding. If cost is no object, then this is certainly possible. One other possibility, of course, is just maybe having it bleed off the bottom and trimming slightly to make it maybe 8 and 7/8 or something. But that's complicated. Again, choose one way of aligning type. Here you have your lockup centered, and then here this is flush left, right. Perhaps center this on this vertical axis. That would mean that your logo would have to be smaller. Don't be afraid of tiny type. I think people tend to look at things only on the screen. Make sure you print out your letterhead and your business card and make some judgments about type size based on the printed objects rather than this computer screen. I think you'll find that your type is generally too large on the printed object. And so, make sure that you're looking back and forth in the print color space, which is CMYK, as well as the RGB screen color space. I'm enjoying getting to know everybody, and I didn't realize that this was a bridal company for same-sex brides. That's really interesting. That's a niche that I guess you have found that there is a market for. They're also pretty explicit about a brochure that can be easily printed on 8.5 by 11. Be aware of things like margins, though, if you do that, and bleeds, because, again, you don't want those annoying thin white borders because the printer can't print off the edge of the paper. So if you bleed, truly bleed off the edge. That's what I'm just saying. Pick, say, either for the letterhead or the business card, or even the brochure, no more than 3 sizes of type. You don't want to get it chaotic, and you want to maintain clear type hierarchies. That's just a basic lesson. So I look forward to seeing, and of course you can apply your branding themes of color and typography to your brochure to further reinforce the kinds of visual decisions and typographic savvy that you have. I look forward to seeing your leave behind. I realize it may just be a draft at this point, but it will be an important piece for you to sell yourself.